This is Am I the Astronaut for not wanting to invite my mom's sister to my wedding? My husband and I got married sometime this year. My mom's sister, let's call her Sophie, and I had a fallout the year prior to me getting married. I decided to apologize for my end of things, and she never apologized for her wrongdoing. When I announced my engagement, my family was happy, and she had her things to say, which I and everyone else ignored. She doesn't like my husband. When I was going to send out the invites, I asked if my mom's sister and significant other were going to be invited as well. My husband and I didn't want them there for obvious reasons, and they weren't in the list that we had made, but to keep the peace in the family, I felt obligated to have them there. As I was planning my wedding, she would ask if I needed help, who was going to be the people standing by my side, and tried to appoint herself as my maiden of honor. We'll go ahead and give some red flags for that. I quickly shut her down and told her that I had already chosen the people that would be standing with me, and I had already given them their proposal gift. Oh, sorry. She started to cry and threw the, "I had you come out in my wedding. Why am I not a part of yours?" I decided to walk away, but reminded her of our fallout. Weeks later, I had my dress appointment. My maid of honor, bridesmaids, and mother were there. Out of nowhere, she shows up and she sits with all of us and starts trash talking the dresses I had chosen. She started with, "Well, that doesn't fit your figure. Why are you trying to show off so much cleavage? Why, White, you're not a virgin. OMG, that's so simple. I would have gone with something better. Well, what's your budget? I had $2,000 for my dress." I asked her nicely to stop and that this was my wedding, and I never asked her to be there in the first place. The day came when I had to send out the invitations, and I hesitated in sending hers. I had also gotten a call from a family confirming my order for the cake and asked if everything looked correct. I noticed everything had been different, and I asked my husband if he had done the changes. I had asked my family person who made the changes, and they said Sophie did. I got so mad I called my mother to deal with her sister, and I corrected my order back to the simple thing my husband and I wanted. Wait a second. So she called and changed the cake too? Why? Why is this gal just like, you know what, every single detail that has been set for this wedding, I'm going to change it all. A week after the invites got sent out, I got a call from my grandparents asking if I had invited her since she had stated that she had not gotten her invite and the wedding was coming up. I had told my grandparents everything she did. Obviously, they weren't happy, but asked to please still send her the invite. What? No. I sent it out a week before the wedding, hoping she wouldn't make it. No, OP. You still invited her. No. Here's something that makes sense. This person, everything that they have attempted to be involved with, everything they have interjected themselves into, they have intentionally taken over and tried to screw into the ground. Why? Why would you want that person there on the day of your wedding? It's like inviting a tornado to a trailer park right there. This is just imminent destruction. Why? Fast forward to the wedding day, she was rude to my in-laws and close friends. I had to apologize on her behalf and was told that she had been bashing on the venue and how everything had been decorated and that it was too hot to be sitting outside. Till this day, I have not spoken to her regarding my wedding, but am I the asshole for not wanting her there on the happiest day of my life? Again, the question here is, am I the astronaut for not wanting her there? And that's a feeling. You can't be an asshole for feeling something. You can't be an asshole for acting on that feeling or not acting on that feeling. I feel like in this case, no, you're NTA for not wanting her there, but you still let her be there. And this is why I'm confused. Like, how? How did this happen? How did it happen? Every single thing that Sophie was a part of, she tried to ruin. Like, not just was difficult to deal with, not was just an abrasive personality, actively tried to screw into the ground. Why on earth would you risk having this person there on your wedding day? Opie's here? Amy, why the risk? Was it because of the family pressure and that was it? You honestly didn't think she would go. Okay, I may challenge you a little bit on that assumption because she wasn't even invited to the dress fitting and she showed up to that. So something she was invited to, you're damn well sure she's going to show up. If there's a group of people there, there's a chance to try to put the spotlight onto herself and try to ruin someone else's happiness. It feels like this person would take that and would do it just so she can go try to bash as many things as possible. And who knows what the driving factor behind that is, why she is the way that she is or why she does that. But on your day, you get to decide who's going to be there. And I feel like if you could go back in time, you probably would choose for her to not be there. Because if you hadn't invited her, like you didn't invite her to the dress fitting, she might have showed up anyway. But then she would have had more ammo to be pissed off about because she wasn't invited. So then it would be the security issue. Amy says she's always been placed on a pedestal by everyone. Do you think that's because they actually think more of her? Or do you think that's because they don't want to deal with her bullshit? Is it easier to just pacify her? Is she one of those people that just gets pacified by the family? And if she was going to show up without an invitation anyway, unless you had like a security or someone at the door to make sure that they prevented people who weren't invited from getting in, then yeah, she probably would have busted in. Amy, there you go. It's so they don't have to deal with her. They put her on a pedestal, let her get away with anything she wants to, because dealing with the aftermath of not letting her is tougher. That sucks. And your family has done you dirty here, and done her dirty too by letting her think that all of this is okay. But you are absolutely not the asshole for not wanting her there. I'm shocked that you still sent the invite, but now that we talk it through, I understand it more. If you hadn't invited her, she would have shown up anyway. So at least when you send her an invite, maybe she shows up, maybe she doesn't. But if she does, she can't be pissed off about not being invited, right? I have a feeling that because this person is pacified by the entire family so they don't have to deal with her bullshit, she probably hitched a ride with someone else, right? If you've got someone who's been placed on a pedestal and pacified because no one wants to deal with the bullshit and the aftermath of them not getting their way, if someone else has something positive and good happening in their life, they probably are going to try to shit on it in every single way possible because they're not getting it. And because they are the way that they are and they've been treated the way that they've been treated by the family, they think that's okay. They think if anybody else is getting anything, anybody else is experiencing happiness, anything else has something that they don't have, it's okay to try to ruin it. And that's garbage. It's garbage. And I would try to have that conversation with your family. Or the other option is there to create distance and communicate to your family that you're not letting this person be a part of your happiness because they just try to ruin it actively. But yeah, baby shower, when your kid comes along, that's going to be a problem. This is not the end of this. This is the beginning of this. And you have to decide right now how firmly you want this boundary to be.